Well, we've seen who the main writer was on Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2, and it was a transgender activist, just embedding himself into this company, doing these things to push in a woke direction. And we're all just sitting here holding our breath for the Space Marine 2 game to see, okay, is it actually just going to be Space Marines fighting against the Xenos? Or are they going to put in some kind of weird agenda into this thing? I've heard some people making rumors that they are going to make a playable female Space Marine just to throw this stuff into here, like always. But that's just a rumor so far. I don't know. The trailers have not looked that bad to me. They've actually looked kind of good. And I loved the last game, so I really hope that this one stays very much in that vein. But I'm very scared. I'm very scared with these modernisms creeping into these games. We'll see what happens here. But at least we've got some new news. And a developer's canceling the public beta test in order to focus on optimization and polishing. That's kind of a good thing. At least they're, I guess, caring about the fans. We'll see. We'll get into this and see what it means in just a moment. Thanks for being here, everybody. If you like Warhammer 40K, you're going to love my series, Justified Saga of the Nano Templar. This is a 3-book trilogy, which is on Amazon. You can start reading this weekend and enjoy this. A lot of people from the Warhammer community have come over here because this really, develops a thing that feels like the lore that, they've kind of drifted on back in the Games Workshop Black Library. They've gone way woke there. They've got people with pronouns all over these books. They've actually thrown Sargon of Akkad into the fantasy as like a villain. I mean, it's ridiculous. So we are just paving the way, making our own science fiction, and I appreciate this. Go grab this book. It's in the description below. And please join us for the channel. I appreciate you guys here in the community. Hit the like and subscribe button. I did get blocked by by Kaya the other day. So after, if you guys remember Kaya, who's a little clout goblin within the Warhammer community, Kaya got me banned from the Trench Crusade Discord. As a lot of people were fleeing there from Games Workshop, and then she started shit posting about Mexican orcs and D&D, saying she wanted them to be brought up in this, and so I made a video about it, just mocking that post because it was ridiculous, and she started getting weird personal attacks on me. I'm like, your takes on Warhammer 40K are bad. She started just throwing crazy stuff at me. I said, I could sue you for libel over this kind of stuff. And she did delete those posts. So thank you, Kaya, for deleting those posts. Those were nasty and uncalled for, and you should apologize to me. But she did block me in the process because she doesn't even want to see my content, which is fine. She'll probably watch it anyway because these people are all narcissists, these SJWs. But that's the story of that for now. Fun stuff. Oh well. Let's get back to Space Marine 2. Sorry about that. An aside. Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2 developer Saber Interactive and publisher Focus Entertainment canceled their public beta test, claiming they will be focusing on optimization and polishing ahead of the game's September release. Now, that's maybe good. I love optimization and polishing because a lot of these games, when they do get released, they feel like it, like the actual release is a public beta test. So many games are buggy these days and have problems. And it feels like they release these half-made games for downloadable content later, right? And it's terrible. So this is a good sign that they're actually working on this because I think they know they have to, they really need a hit with this. Space Marine 2 really needs to live up to the first one. It really needs to be solid. Gamers need to love this, or they're going to be in big trouble because they're losing a lot of their fan base on this front with the lore problems for Games Workshop as it is. So. Focus Entertainment previously announced the game would receive a beta test back in August when it revealed the gameplay. However, a recent update on the Steam's forum, Saber and Focus announced the beta test would no longer be happening. The companies announced Space Marine 2 is almost ready. We are entirely focused on optimization, polish, and fixing remaining issues ahead of the launch September 9th. This means we will not run a public online beta, as it would take development teams away from preparing for the full launch. And our priority is to ensure the best possible experience at release. So that's pretty good. We know this is disappointing news to some of you. As a thank you to those interested in participating players who registered via the online sign-up June 28th, will receive a limited bolt pistol skin below. Pretty cool. We appreciate your understanding and continued support as we work towards delivering you an exceptional game. So I hope this is a good thing. And so, like I said, what I've seen of the trailers and all that, looks pretty good so far. I'm actually optimistic about this. Everybody's like, oh, you're a rage bait YouTuber. No, I just call it like it is. And so what I've seen looks pretty good. And even though I'm skeptical because I know who wrote the story, and that's a problem. It's problematic, as they say. And I know where Games Workshop as a company is going. And so I'm hoping they're not leaning on this developer, and I hope there's been no weird outside consulting on how to make this more diverse, because Space Marines are not diverse by nature. But I am holding off on going hard on this until I see something definitive, right? So for now, it does look pretty good. And if they actually are focusing on this could go two ways. Like a public beta test could, of course, help you find bugs and things like that. But of course, they have private beta testers also, so it's not like they're just shooting in the dark and professionals working on this. So maybe just keeping it out of the public and focusing is actually a way to get their designers to focus and make sure this all works out pretty well. The game is now poised to ship in the second half of 2024. They're saying September. To provide the time needed to properly polish the game and to ensure the best possible experience, Focus Entertainment is committed to releasing a game of the highest quality that exceeds expectations of the countless fans and franchise. And we have high expectations. Like I said, Space Marine 2 was excellent, and or Space Marine 1 was excellent. I mean, again, like you look at the screenshot here, this looks pretty freaking good. This is exactly what I'd want. And so we'll see how this all ends up going. There's a lot of hype surrounding it, of course. The game has over 100,000 followers on Steam. Focus Entertainment had previously revealed in November 23, it already had accumulated over 1 million wish lists to date, so this is going to sell like crazy. Number 9 right here of the most wishlisted upcoming Steam games. So they got to get this right. They really, really can't afford to have a problem with this, and we'll see how it goes. So they're saying there's not going to be microtransactions, which this was a weird thing. They said there's not going to be. This was the first thing that caught my attention of it. Said there were not going to be microtransactions, but they also said any paid DLCs will be cosmetic only. But wait a minute, that is a microtransaction. Just I guess they just meant via the extra missions and gameplay and things like that. But weird way to focus on this. The graphics look really good. I love the designs here. This feels very Warhammer 40K. So we'll see how this ends up going. So cautiously optimistic, and this is maybe a good sign, maybe a bad sign. I don't know. What do you think? Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about them abandoning public beta tests. Whether that's they're running from the fans in advance. Maybe it is. Maybe they just don't want people like me to get on there and see, oh, there's a female Adeptus Custodi, and then I'll report it on YouTube. I mean, they could be afraid of that. I didn't actually think about that until now. Otherwise, if they are actually working on this, we'll see in September. Leave a comment down below, hit the like and subscribe button, and join us. And please check out Justified Saga of the Nano Templar on Amazon. It's in the description below. Appreciate you for being there.